The Blokebusters podcast is proud to be a member of the Pod Bros Network. You can find us, as well as other fantastic podcasts such as Pencil and Ink Review, Another Damn Trivia Show, and The Language of Bromance at podbros.com, as well as on most other fine podcasting services. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to share and enjoy the Blokebusters podcast.
Welcome to another entry in our film series Franch-Fried, where we take a film franchise and we review its most up-to-date entry.
As long as it's not been the rebooted version of that entry.
Original canon. A franchise that we feel has jumped the shark quite a bit. So, as whatever title we have on this will suggest...
I believe I'm actually just titling them whatever the name of the thing is. You
Jason
should know by now.
X.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm Brian.
And I'm Paul.
You can find us on Twitter and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that you can tell who normally does that.
At Blokebusters. There you go. That leads you to all roads.
Yeah, just search Blokebusters into Google. You'll probably find us.
If you want more rules of how the film selections work, it's available on the first two episodes.
Yes.
Police Academy in earnest.
So yes, this is Jason X, and according to Box Office Mojo, it is the 12th ranked in the Jason franchise. Now, that would make you think that there are two more past this, and therefore we've done this incorrectly. Yeah. You are wrong.
Tell them why they're wrong, Paul.
The other two in that list are Freddy vs. Jason, which is a cross-franchise
crossover,
thing. Doesn't count. And the reboot in 2009, which...
Doesn't count.
No, it does not count.
It's original, last, standalone Jason picture.
And weirdly, those two that I just mentioned are 1 and 2 in the list for like top grossing at the box office.
Oh, so we did fuck this up.
Yes.
We could have been watching a better movie.
So yeah, this was
our damn morals or our damn adherence to our strict code.
Yes, and so this was made on a budget of $11 million. I'm sure you have no idea.
That much?
I know.
This cost that much? Holy shit.
Yes, and we'll get into that. Directed by a guy called James Isaac, who unfortunately at this point passed away in 2012. He also directed Skinwalkers and apparently something called Pig Hunt.
Of course he did.
Maybe that'll be the next one we do. I don't know.
No, it will not.
No,
I'm brushing that one off on title alone.
That's fine. And so yes, this made $17 million, or to be more precise, $16,951,798 worldwide. So
it was a success
by $6 million. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's probably the reason why it was. Let's see, what was it? It was about, I think, 8 years. No, like maybe 7 years between this and Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was didn't do well enough to really let them make any more. And you're gonna find out why. So basic plot of this, as we mentioned in the previous episode when we decided we were going to do this one: Jason in space.
Yep, that's it.
That's all you need to
Crystal
know.
Lake in space.
Yes.
Essentially. Yeah.
This film was released in 2001, and the opening is set in 2010, where they are going to put him into cryogenic stasis because he's too dangerous and can't be killed. Which,
yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad they kind of admit. Is this the first time? Because
I don't remember if it's the absolute first time. I mean, in the previous one, which I actually ended up seeing on television at my in-laws' house, he is able to possess people
But is this the first time they kind of go meta and admit that he cannot be killed?
I think so.
Yeah, so if you're wondering, I guess I have to explain this rule. We may not have necessarily seen all entries in the franchise. I'll just leave it at that.
In fact, I can tell you the only entry in this franchise, if you can call it, that is the reboot. I've not seen any of the original.
I've seen the original and part of the second one.
Okay.
And from there I assumed it was just going to be more of the same, and I'm probably right. But so I think I probably made a good call there.
Yes.
Horror fans might tell me otherwise. I've gone on at length that it's my least favorite genre. But
so yes, there's basically they're trying to put him in stasis and things go wrong, and it then jumps to 445 years later. Now, I actually have
was there a title card that I missed?
I believe
because I was taking notes. I
believe it's not necessarily stated then, but they do say the year is 2455, and I would like to point out. Good.
Thank you.
That Wikipedia is a little weird here because it's set in 2010. Mm-hmm. It's then set in 2455. Mm-hmm. And Wikipedia says over 445 years later. No, it is 445 years later. There is no over.
Depending on the month of one, I mean, you could hedge it and say it was 11 months or something apart, and that's over 400.
And yeah, just in case you're wondering what we think of this film, we're debating the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, because there's really not a whole lot to talk about. In this film.
So yes, it is another film that is just set so far in the future. And did you like the return, at least for me, of the future fashion previously seen in The Fifth Element?
Yeah, I mean, what you have with Fifth Element, I mean, it wasn't exploitative to this extent. Lulu might have been wearing less, but this was somehow much more exploitative.
Yeah, technically, that wasn't clothing, though. That was simply bandage.
It was like someone TP'd her. Yeah. It was,
this is something that they actually chose to wear.
Yes, because in the future, we will be wearing crop tops and heels and shirts that have the centers cut out of them. All for the glorious cleavage that can be provided there.
Yes, and on a spaceship, like I understand that you don't necessarily expect there to be, whole breeches every day, but you would think you would wear something that you could help you survive to get to a spacesuit.
Not like you're trying to go get lucky at the club.
Yes.
I can sound like an old man saying that sentence, but
all these kids at the club. I mean,
I know part of these things are tropes of the genre, but that being said, I mean, that pilot just creeped me out to no end. He's like the one that was like female, like gross, and then the self-aware, I'm so lonely.
Yes.
This movie was all over the fucking map as far as tone goes.
Yes, it was.
It couldn't decide if it wanted to be wacky, satirical kind of thing, or be serious at moments. Scary. It was all over the place.
Why don't we start then with, do you have a favorite moment? A shining light, if you will?
A shining light?
Because I do.
I don't know. I might change it because I'm just trying to look through all my notes here. Some of the deaths were pretty good. I might have to go with the crop top frozen face smash.
Oh, yes, of course.
That one was pretty darn good. I don't know. What's yours? Buy me some time.
My favorite scene in this, and it's not for the reason that you would expect every male person listening to this, is when they try and distract Jason with the stereotypical, hey, like, we're just too young.
We're too horny young teenagers.
We're smoking and having premarital sex. Why did you come here? And then he ends up just picking up one of them in the sleeping bag and hitting the other sleeping bag with them.
It is the most ridiculous kill.
And you just hear like, ow, my spine!
I'm like, what is this movie? At that point, he smacks her up against the tree.
Yeah, and that shuts her up.
Really respects women in this movie, let me tell you.
And then you got the end, and they say, "Oh my god, like he's too efficient." Like, yeah, he is. He's actually quite efficient right there. Yeah.
I don't know if this is really a shining light because it's multiple moments, but one thing that struck out to me is like how, I don't know if this is the right word, but I feel like it is, how glib everyone is about other people's death or their own, even their own. They seem to move on very quickly.
Yeah,
from
especially when the scientists and the students start dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, granted, they've just heard all of these other people die, but it's like,
are you going to make a one-liner in that very second? How's he doing? He's screwed.
Yep.
But cha.
Yes. And I found this film, even the pacing of this film was very weird, because you have, in the center of this film, Jason kills about 7 people in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then outside that, maybe it's 1 every 10, if not more than that. And it's just, I get that you want to see Jason kill people, but do you want to see such a concentrated thing of that? And then it's like, okay, plot. Okay, now he's back. No.
Wait, I missed the plot part.
Yes.
When did that happen?
When I say plot, I mean reason they
attempts
continue.
at plot.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, even, what was this guy? The Brodsky? Like, it's going to take more than that.
Yeah. And then
that'll do it. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be so snarky in my own demise.
No.
I mean, we find out. Spoiler. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
Spoilers abound, of course, that he doesn't die in that moment. But, you know, sure, it looks like he's going to. And can we get those machetes? Because those cut through anything. Like, I want to see an infomercial for that machete.
Yes.
Giant, thick doors of a cryo chamber, right through. Holes in spaceships, right through.
Oh, yes. That was his hand.
That was his hand. Yeah, that was when he got turned into Terminator. The Terminator Jason. But, I mean, that machete is sharp. Yeah, I mean, he falls out of that cryo tube at the beginning and slices someone's arm off. I mean, Jesus Christ. So yeah, and then from here on, we're not gonna bother with names, whatever. You can IMDb it. Yeah. I call her Frozen Girl. So you know who I mean by Frozen Girl.
Yes, I do.
She's all very accepting. Like, oh, it's 500 years in the future. Oh, cool. Okay. You mean my family's dead? You mean my pets are dead?
No, not even that.
Yeah, not even that.
Not even quite that. This person is a project leader and all this, and being told, Frozen in 2010, being told that it is 24:55. That's over 400. No, you know how long this was.
You can
you
handle
don't say,
simple math.
That's only 400. No, I'm sorry. Nope. Like, even you've only just been unfrozen and you have your whereabouts with you so that you can slap the person that is standing over you. You can figure out that 2010 taken away from 2455 is 445.
We did find out some important things, like hockey is going to be outlawed in 2024. So that's been a long time coming. So, you know, I'm eagerly waiting to see if that happens.
Which I really hope it doesn't.
I mean, this movie is just full of these just sidebar, disconnected lines that have nothing to do with anything.
Yep.
It's just, they're just there. It's like, it was like a stream of consciousness script.
It was.
Like, let's just write that down. Oh, you know what? Oh, I had a bagel there. Oh, put that in there. You had a bagel? What was on that bagel? That's going in.
Yeah, I don't know. And also, I don't know how aware you are of the Fallout universe and all that.
I mean, I played 3 or what is yeah.
Alright, well, basically they end up playing a video game randomly and they're fighting death claws. In fact, I'm actually about to show you a picture of a death claw from Fallout.
Oh, yeah.
They're fighting death claws.
That is, yeah, he's right. They're death claws.
Yeah.
Whatever those are, but that's what it is.
So that just pops up. It's like, what? I'm assuming the animator's a fan of the franchise.
All right.
Hey, we got a Deathclaw. Why not?
And then just like once again, I know it's the staple of the genre, but the sexuality of this movie was not even sexuality. It was so gross or weird or just off the wall. Like the whole who I will call her Fembot. You know who? Yeah. Her name is Fembot to me. When the movies are this bad, you just have to entertain yourself with the names. But the fake nipple scene. Yep. What the fuck was that about? Had nothing to do with anything again.
Yeah. Well, then you got
like you as you are.
You got the hilarious thing of just the nipple fell off. Yay!
Hey, it's funny. See how we don't know what kind of movie we want to be. So yeah, it was like Killer Camp movie with shittier set design, essentially. With giant nondescript gray blue blocks everywhere, and that's about it. I couldn't help but feeling this movie I think should be an MST 3000 pick. Like it feels like it would work.
Yeah.
In that. I mean, then, yes, absolutely. I will watch Jonah, the new one, Jonah Raid, do that. Oh, that'd be fantastic. But I don't think that's the direction they're going with that, sadly. Where do you want to jump to, Paul?
Well, I was just trying to think, so they clearly spent all their budget on the frozen death scene, the frozen head death scene, and the death claws. Did you like how the engineer guy, well, not engineer guy, but the sciencey guy had to hold the head in his arm so that you couldn't see the neck and body of the actress for most of the scenes where she had her head taken off.
It
was very clear what was happening because it's right at the edge of frame. Just here we go.
Let me just hold you in this little headlock.
I mean, I guess it saved money, I suppose, but every time I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that seemed like something I would see in a indie film, not Jason X.
Yeah.
and
then, can we talk about the professor?
Sure,
my favorite character.
Let's go with the professor. It's okay, guys. He just wanted his machete back.
Why does everyone love turning their back to Jason? We've established him as an unkillable, homicidal maniac, and you were fine back there for a second. He just wanted his machete. Guys. But yeah, we get some lovely scenes with the professor. The forceps S&M scene.
Yes.
That's once again that was plot relevant.
And went on way too long. It should have just been if you have to include that.
Yes.
Why not just make it obviously you get that we need to talk about our grade, my grade or whatever, and then just have it be cut to something else and then cut back to that for about 3 seconds and then cut away again.
We get it.
We
don't make
don't
us endure all
We don't need
that.
a minute of that scene.
Oh god, it felt like
it was
forever.
Almost a minute.
But yeah, that short story of the professor's a fucking creepy asshole.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, that's him. What does he say at one point? He explains to Frozen Girl Earth's dead. Anything else?
Yeah, probably.
I might have one or two more follow-up questions. Just,
Right, yes. You want to hear something sad? Dr. Wimmer. That was David Cronenberg, everybody. The guy at the beginning that comes in. It's alright. How'd they bring you into this?
Oh, and apparently there are no bikes in the future, too.
There are not, yes.
Because someone doesn't know what a bicycle is.
Yes.
Even though, granted, this is 400 years in the future. I still know what a wheel is.
Yes.
I still know what, or pyramid. We're not making pyramids anymore. I know what that is.
Well, to be
There's
fair,
something called history.
It is the same person that doesn't know what a hockey mask is. So
that is true.
So they probably weren't interested in
Wait, was that the center of my shirt is missing person?
The middle of the shirt, I believe.
Yes, the middle. Yeah, okay, was that her?
Yes, the person who... How about most ridiculous death scene, where she just goes, this sucks on so many levels, and then just goes through the grating, and all that's left is just little slithers of skin.
Yeah, because that's how physics and science work.
On top of that, the reason that everything's going on is because a hole was literally punched through the hull of the ship, and yet somehow, I guess, did a grating fall against the hole? Did I miss that? Because she goes through some grating, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Deserving of this movie. As well written as anything in that movie.
Yes.
It was a grating experience.
Now, can I point out?
No.
So you've got this enemy combatant that you're going after, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is standing still.
Yep.
He is not moving.
Also standing still.
And you have 3 of you there with guns that I would imagine you can aim.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any reason you can think of for going side to side while shooting?
It looks cool, Paul. It looks like you're just Ramboing the shit out of him, man. It just fuck him. Yeah,
it's like they with the first encounter with Jason with these Space Marine people.
And first of all, you're shooting guns in space.
Yeah,
okay, let's start.
You want to be as accurate as you
possible. Yeah, you got that point blank shot. You take that shot.
Yeah. Yes, remember your hole can be punched through. You don't
so imagine what a bullet can do. Yeah,
and so yes, they just stand there and just side to side spray the guy, and then somehow lose him.
Yeah.
He can teleport, I think.
Well, he can do the Batman disappear trick.
He's actually directly behind them. The entire time.
He does that. He's that annoying guy that does the shoulder tap thing as you walk by. And whoop, there you go.
I wouldn't have been surprised if that had been in it. If he'd have somehow done that.
Whoop, and then right in front of him. Machete. Yeah.
The old the Futurama joke definitely. Oh, what, is she behind me? No, I'm in front of you.
Yes. Can we talk about Futurama more? Okay.
I'm game.
I'm game. Well, I don't know where else to go with this goddamn thing.
Why don't all of the Marines have that rocket gun?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote this down too. Like, the weapons seem like they are rejected art concepts from the Doom games, or weapon concepts.
Yes, possibly.
They're just giant and definitely not made of styrofoam.
Yeah. I got the feeling that maybe the people that made the Resident Evil films watched this film, and the robot lady, when she's dressed up and kicking his ass, I think they were like, that'll work. And so that's now Alice. Like, if you watch any of the Resident Evil films after the first one and see Alice like dressed up and going at it and killing people, it's like that's exactly what it looks like, along with the flips and more flips and more flips.
And the decorative bullets that don't get used. Yeah.
Not even like just to whip round his face or something. At least come up with something. Yeah. This film, I'm not quite sure exactly what to say about it, because there were bits and pieces.
There were moments that made me laugh, and there were moments that... But it was such a mess, man. Such a complete mess. It is better, I think. I mean, I hesitate to use better. It is the least worst Franch-Fried that we've done.
The one we've done, yes.
It is the least awful.
Definitely.
Yeah. There is actually some people on set that kind of had an understanding of how to make a film.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, the Frozen lady, was it Lexa Doig? I'm never sure how to pronounce her last name. Yeah, I mean, she's someone who has been in a bunch of sci-fi things, so at least she knew kind of what was going on. But, yeah...
Continuum. I watched for a little while.
There you go.
That's where I knew her from.
Yeah, I mean, myself, I would recognize her from Stargate because she was in later seasons.
Oh, okay, not the movie, the SG one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Not the film.
Not the Kurt Russell.
Stargate SG-1. No.
Okay.
It's the one that only has, I think, 2 people from the...
is that all? Yeah, I never watched the series. Okay. So, I mean, should we, I guess, kind of wrap up a little bit with the third act or something here?
Sure,
go ahead.
At
some point, we have this regenerative material, which, I mean, looks terrible. The effects on that.
The nanobots or whatever.
The nanobot that just came out of nowhere somehow and climbed over a decapitated Jason.
Yep.
Yep. And then restored him.
Yeah, just blown up, basically.
Yeah, he's missing an arm, and, I mean, he's pretty much the Black Knight, right? At this point.
Right, here you go, going down here to Wikipedia again, trying to see Jason attacks, killed, and then yes, he loses his right arm, left leg, right rib cage, and part of his head.
No, but don't worry, it's only a flesh wound.
I would say at least 80% of his head. That's
the
majority of his head.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking upper neck.
Yeah,
I would not even call it head. I would call it upper neck.
Yes.
But anyway, so this nanobots climb over it, and then he gets transformed into the T-1000 Jason.
Yes, and again, there's actually a name on here.
Oh, for that?
He is called Uber Jason.
Uber Jason.
Uber Jason. Oh. I don't know how you could know that because it's never,
said. It's never.
They never go. Is
he
like
in the credits?
Uber
is he in the
Jason.
credits? Jason/Uber Jason.
Possibly. I mean, it's in this credits, so maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think I shut it off before we could even get to the credits. But yeah. So anywho, there's this ship that's going to come rescue them. The remaining 3 or 4 people. And a fembot head.
Yeah. 3 people
3
and a head.
3 and a fifth. Yeah, so he gets his little Terminator upgrade. And here's another thing. Frozen Girl didn't know what EVA meant.
Yeah.
Did that not strike you as odd?
That was a little
she's
weird.
academic,
yep,
intelligent person. She would have known. I think that's kind of common knowledge if you've ever read any sort of articles about space or...
Yeah, you'd think that you would know that. I mean, I can't necessarily tell you right this very second what it stands for, but I know what it is. Yeah, I mean...
Extra vehicular...
Activity. Yes.
Extra
vehicular activities.
Yes. Yeah. I knew it. See, I was getting there. Yeah. So anyway, you get badass Brodsky doing his EVA to disconnect or put bombs on the ship. It's like the end of The Martian.
They've already done the bomb stuff. What they're doing now is he's going out so he can reconnect some tubes.
Yes.
Tubes.
How did I miss that?
That was the important. It was like, okay, I'm at the control panel. No, you're not. You're at a light show. It's like that's all it is. It's like that. Yes, every futuristic control panel in the world where there's no way you could interact with it with any means. All it was a whole bunch of lights that basically the light that you see coming from the flux capacitor times it by about 50, and that's all you're seeing there. Just wires and lights and flashes.
Gizmos! Paul, look at these gizmos. We love this movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we're just going to skip to the end.
Yes, skip to the end.
So, ship gets blown up. Before that, Frozen Girl runs in at the behest of the nerdy dude.
Yep.
And fetches the fembot's head.
Yep.
I would be saying, fuck that noise.
Even on top of that, that guy would not have left that head there. He would that was his pride and joy and girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
and I'm not going in with unkillable Terminator or Uber Jason, I guess, as we'll appropriately call him, when he's closing in to get. I'm sorry how you feel about AI or cyborgs, but a non-human being.
Yes.
We'll make you a new girlfriend, buddy. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge.
And
that was my only issue.
That's the only one?
That was the only one. All the other things were compliments.
And then the brilliant... the only really self-aware piece of writing I felt in the entire thing, which is when it's like, he's coming towards us. Are you kidding me?
Like, we can't believe that someone wrote that. He has directed the blast to fly directly at this.
Yeah, somehow he wasn't even at a spot where it would have made sense for him to be there, but whatever.
Whatever, it's Jason X, I get you. But then just the comic hole of Brodsky broadsiding him right out of Dangerous Way.
And straight down to Earth 2.
Yeah.
And, of course, at the end, he crashes into a lake.
Oh,
yes.
Ominous. Then we see two star-crossed lovers watching this meteor or shooting star descend.
Yep.
Let's go look at it.
Yeah, let's go check it out. No.
I'm like, please end the movie here. And I'm like, oh, and then I got my wish granted. I was like, please don't have it. Like, who knows? There could be an end credit scene where they go
I'm
get killed.
fairly certain there wasn't.
There wasn't? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't stick around to find out either, but there you go.
Yeah, sorry for those people that like this movie.
I mean, as we said, it
did have moments.
It's had some good bits in it, and it's definitely better than the previous two things that we have covered on here.
But that is not a high bar to beat, and not anything you should try to just do. It's just be better than Ernest in the Army. Because I can make a short film in 12 seconds. It's going to be better than that.
Yes.
But oh, pardon me. Yeah. So there were some, like you said, enjoyable moments, funny, but it was just so bizarre and weird. And like I've said, didn't really embrace one direction.
Yeah.
And there was, oh my God, just the killings were pretty much all there was to enjoy for me. But,
yeah. I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where it was good that it was self-aware, but it wasn't self-aware enough.
No.
There were only
that's something
like
you
flashes.
either need to go all in on or avoid it entirely.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, a la Deadpool, have one character that is always self-aware and then the rest not. But again, they didn't do that at all. So, yes. Alright.
So what are we doing next, Paul?
I honestly don't know. We've had a suggestion of Lethal Weapon.
Yes, we have.
Now, I have not seen any of the Lethal Weapons.
Ooh, that could be good.
I mean, I was planning on, at some point, because I've actually started trying to do some writing reviews as well, just kind of on the side. I was planning on seeing it for the first time and writing a review of that, but if we were to do this, then I would have to wait on that. So as long as we get it covered, then that's fine. Trying to think of a franchise that definitely has, I would feel, gone on too long that isn't a horror franchise.
Yeah, that's tough to find.
Yeah,
because they crank those babies out.
Yes, they do. I mean, there is one I can think of. I don't know if you're going to want to do it. American Pie?
Now, we're not... No, I don't think that technically qualifies, because you get American Pie. There's only 3 original films, and then it's American Pie Presents.
Is it, though? Is that when it went into Presents? Because I know, obviously, Eugene Levy is it. Tell you what, I will look it up quickly.
Yeah, I don't think that one really goes.
Yeah, I mean, let me see here. It is according to the Wikipedia American Pie film series. It is a series of sex comedy film, and the theatrical films cover American Pie, American Pie 2, American Pie Wedding, and American Pie Reunion from 2012. So that is technically 4 American Pies, and then they have done 4 American Pie Presents.
Okay.
So
might I offer an alternative?
Okay.
Not saying that's not so, but for the next,
so
given the season,
American Reunion,
given the season that we're embarking on, how about Home Alone?
Ooh, nice.
Home Alone, I believe.
Is it 5 at this point?
6 is a short. Yeah, Home Alone 7 is a short, so those don't count. Okay, I think it might be 4, which is a TV movie. Do a TV movie count or not?
I would, as long as it is like Home Alone.
So that's the TV movie with French Stewart.
Well, according to Wikipedia here again, there's actually a 5th one called The Holiday Heist. It is Home Alone, The Holiday Heist. It was an ABC Family film that is considered the 5th installment.
All right, I guess that's it.
Are we going with that one?
All the other ones are shorts, and shorts don't. I'm thinking short doesn't count.
And,
we'll do a TV movie, but
yeah, and it's a wonderful poster, a lovely bringing home of the
Eddie Steeples. I like Eddie Steeples. All right.
Malcolm McDowell's in it. So maybe.
All right, well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
I'll tell you what, I think American Reunion goes on the back burner for now.
Yeah, let's get in the Christmas spirit here.
Yeah, I mean, technically,
To catch the ghost... Wait. All right, so Finn Baxter and his family moved from California to Maine to their new house. Finn is terrified and believes the house is haunted. While he sets up traps to catch the ghost, his parents get stranded across town and Finn is home alone with his sister. Their house is targeted by 3 thieves. So, already, inaccurate title. Home Alone with...
Yes.
Okay, it's not alone anymore.
yeah. Home kind of alone.
Yes. They are alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are home alone. That would work.
Oh, right. So, I guess we'll figure out how we're watching that.
Yeah.
Watch now. Hey, Amazon Video, $2.99. There you go. Bargain. All right. Let's put a pin in this.
Yeah, I'd definitely write that down. Make sure we don't forget. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, that was Jason X, and that will be Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist.
Yes.
And...
much like Police Academy, no number.
No.
It's just the 5th, but Home Alone, The Holiday Heist.
Yes, and it will definitely be an interesting one because we are so not the audience for this one.
Nope.
I mean, at least all the others you could say, yes, we're probably the people that are in it. Not this one. No. I think after 2, we were both way too old to even consider continuing the franchise.
With the series, yeah. Especially, when Macaulay's done, I'm done.
Yeah.
All right.
So... obviously, you now have that to look forward to. So, with that being said, if you do have any suggestions or anything to put forward to us, obviously other than Lethal Weapon, do get a hold of us on Twitter at Blokebusters or the Facebooks Blokebusters, and you can email us if you really want to have a long conversation with us at blokebusterpodcast@gmail.com. And I believe... rate
and review on iTunes. We don't say it enough. It helps people find the podcast.
Yes,
we really appreciate it.
Really do. It's so much fun when we actually have a quick look at the site and it's like, yay, we got a new review. Or even if it's just the stars or not. Like, it's it's great to see that people are taking the time just to click a few buttons to show that they like us. So thank you to everyone that has done that. And one day, I think I'm actually just going to read them all out. So it's been a while since we actually mentioned them. So, well, with all that being said, I've been Paul.
I've been Brian.
Thanks,
Bye.